She had always been fascinated by the anomalous, but everything she had read paled in comparison to the cold reality of the Foundation's secrets. She had always been fascinated by the anomalous, but everything she had read paled in comparison to the cold reality of the Foundation's secrets. The sprawling complex hummed with a low energy as she navigated between the vast concrete walls and fluorescent lights. Kara occasionally glimpsed armed guards and scientists moving with purpose, their expressions taut with concentration. Today, she was assigned to assist Drive. Larkin, a lead researcher on SCP-006, a seemingly benign object that was purported to have extraordinary healing properties. Rumors circulated among the staff about the cursed incident with SCP-006, but most dismissed them as hyperbole. After all, the SCP Foundation dealt with the unexplainable every day. Once she entered the lab, the atmosphere shifted. A sterile room with blank white walls and a single table at the center held what looked like an unassuming glass vial of liquid. Dr. Larkin, a grizzled man with dark circles under his eyes, was hunched over a data tablet, jotting down notes with intense focus. "Ready?" he asked, his voice penetrating the silence. "Ready," Kara replied, though she felt her heart race. It was time to begin the daily procedures with the SCP, ensuring all safety measures were in place. As Dr. Larkin meticulously reviewed the testing parameters, Kara found herself glancing at the vial. Within its translucent depths swirled a captivating yet unsettling green liquid. It seemed to shimmer under the lab lights, casting ghostly shadows on the walls. "Do you think it really heals?" she asked, trying to ease the tension building in her chest. He sighed, the weight of his response evident. "Not always. SCP-006 has a mind of its own, often choosing who it heals and who it harms. We've lost personnel due to its unpredictable effects." Quote. Kara furrowed her brow, a chill creeping up her spine. As the day wore on, she helped track the data from various tests, observing the vial's reactions to different environments. It pulsated, as if alive. By the time the clock chimed 6, Kara was already packing up when she heard a faint whisper behind her. "Help me?" She spun around, heart pounding. There was no one in the lab but her and Dr. Larkin. He was engrossed in his notes, seemingly unaware of the incantation that filled the air. "Did you hear that?" she asked, her voice shaking. "Hear what?" He looked up, confusion etched on his face. Suddenly, the lights flickered, casting the lab into brief flickers of darkness. The whispering grew louder, wrapping around her like a cold breeze. It was calling to her, the voice a chilling echo of despair, begging for release. Kara shook her head, trying to clear her thoughts. She was imagining things. It had to be the stress of the job. She glanced at the vial once more, but she felt uneasy. Something felt deeply wrong about SCP-006. "Dr. Larkin, I think we should seal the vial for the night," she suggested hesitantly, fearing an outburst. "We'll finish normal closing procedures shortly," he replied, engrossed in his work. More whispers filled the air, insistent and urgent. Pushing past the apprehension that gnawed at her, Kara leaned closer to the vial, drawn by its glowing contents. As she peered into the glass, the whispers rapidly transformed into screams. "Help me, I'm in here, please." Kara stumbled back, heart racing as she lost her steady footing. Dr. Larkin looked up at her, concern flickering briefly before he returned to his work. Then, the lights went out completely. The dim emergency lights veiled the lab in an eerie glow, shadows danced across the walls. Panic surged through Kara as the whispers morphed into a cacophony of voices, all begging for salvation. "Let us out, we need to be free." With trembling hands, she approached the vial once again, ignoring her instincts screaming at her to flee. It vibrated on the table, rumbling like an ominous heartbeat. Suddenly, the scream of a siren echoed through the halls, punctuated by urgent voices over the PA system. "Containment breach. Evacuate to designated safe zones immediately. Active SCP in vicinity." Repeat. Kara's mind raced. The SCP was alive. This wasn't just an object, it imprisoned something that was now free. Dr. Larkin surged into action, grabbing her wrist. "Come on, we need to." But before he could finish, the ground shook. The vial exploded, sending a cascading wave of green liquid across the lab floor. The screams heightened and Carla felt herself swept into darkness. When she awoke, it was to dim light filtering through a cracked ceiling. She found herself inside a different section of the facility, one marked as *Level 5, restricted access. Her pulse quickened as shadows slithered along the walls, creeping closer with each breath. It dawned on her that she was no longer alone. Figures roamed the darkened hallway, their faces twisted in agony. They bore the unmistakable similarity of the men, scientists, guards, who had once defended against SCPs. Helpless, they sobbed, inching closer, their eyes filled with an unfathomable longing. Kara stumbled backward, overwhelmed with horror as the dreaded truth settled in. She was now part of SCP-06's collection, forever trapped, her own voice among the echoes. And as the whispers enveloped her, Kara realized the terrible cost of the Foundation's secrets. There were always more SCPs than anyone knew, waiting in the shadows, each with countless stories to tell.